Hello and welcome to my pitch deck's presentation for Vendors Unite. My name is Cameron Evig and I'm very excited to be here with you today to pitch this new idea. So, Vendors Unite, there's always issues with sports vendors around the country to deal with several problems when it comes to vending at tournaments, whether it be scheduling, setup, target market, or simply finding an event to go to. And Vendors Unite is here to target that issue and solve it. So some of the solutions we have to this is we're going to create a website to find different tournaments and vendors to allow them to work together. Being a sports vendor myself, I know how difficult it can be to go out and find those tournaments you want to vend at, to go out and find vendors to vend at your tournament if you are a tournament host. Vendors Unite aims to combat that situation. It also allows for easy tournament accessibility for vendors and to ensure that the tournaments have no issues to filling up vendor row. One of the main things when I was a young player playing sports, I loved to go to the vendor row when I was not playing games on my tournament days. This will offer a unique way for finding event and the details for those events. So, an important thing about Vendors Unite is the market size. Youth sports is a huge deal across the country. 60 million children are registered to play youth sports right now. Older children are playing more sports than younger children, and that is important because as a vendor, it's very hard to market to that younger generation. You want to market to the teenagers and the older people that are playing sports so they can buy your things. There are thousands of tournaments being hosted in each state each year. There's a huge market for this because of the amount of youth sports tournaments that go on each year. So our reasons why. We want to create a better relationship with vendors and hosts. There's always some sort of conflict or some sort of issue when you're trying to go host or vend at a tournament. We want to help be a mediator for those sorts of issues. Problem solved. We solve the problem of issues with vendor and host organizations in general. And there's a large potential for revenue in this target market. Vendors Unite aims to make vending easier and smoother at events by creating connections and building bonds for vendors and tournament organizers. That's our main mission statement, and that's the main goal of Vendors Unite. Provide services for at least 3 different states. So this is some of our traction goals we would like to meet. So within the first startup, we want to be able to provide services for at least 3 different states. This would include Wyoming, Colorado, and Utah. Just because our home base, our headquarters, we're aiming for it to be right here in Denver, Colorado, considering the wide amount of different sports that are played in Denver and the wide amount of tournament venue locations in Denver. You think about it, you got DU that hosts tournament locations. You got Dick's Sporting Goods Park. Sometimes the bigger tournaments are even hosted at Mile High. There's a lot of different sports tournaments hosted in the Denver area. Entice new companies by showing our worth at several different tournaments. So as we'll get into in the future slides, you're going to see all the different things that Vendors Unite has to offer. And we want to be able to go to a singular tournament and then have everybody at that tournament realize our worth and our value. So that all of our services, including contractors and middlemen ability. So those are 2 of our services, which I'll talk about coming up. This is our 3 to 5 year projection. Year 1, gain customers from the state of Colorado and have 60% of tournaments in the state posted on our website. So the main way Vendors Unite's going to make its bucks, make its money, is get a small fee from tournaments to post their event on our website. This website will be a hub for vendors and tournament hosters to go to find tournaments and to go to post their tournaments on to attract vendors to their spot. We want to make sure that we get a good start, and especially here in the state of Colorado, we can easily get the word out to tournament hosters by sending emails, making calls, going to tournaments themselves, and getting at least 60% of those tournaments in state posted in year 1. Year 2, we want to create full-time partnerships with huge tournament organizers in Colorado, like Colorado Rapids Youth Soccer Club, 3D Lacrosse, and Colorado Baseball. These are 3 of the biggest youth tournament hosters throughout the world of youth sports in Colorado, and they have 3 different sports as target markets. If we can get in with them and have us be able to mediate and middleman and do vending assistance at all of those tournaments, that would be a phenomenal start to show our amazing opportunities that we give vendors and these tournament hosts. Year 3, we want to expand our reach to at least 5 different states and have 70% of the youth tournaments from these states on our website. So 5 different states. We already have those 3. We'd love to include New Mexico and Kansas in this as well, just to dominate the entire, not Midwest area, but dominate the entire middle of the western region of the United States. We think that would be very beneficial for us. Year 5, expand to the East Coast and be in at least 25 different states with 50% of all tournaments on the website and be a staple at youth tournaments. This is important to us. This is our end goal. Like I said before, our goal is to be the middlemen. Finding events and vendors. VendorsUnite.com will allow us to help people find events to vend at and allow events to post so the vendors have a place to find. This would look like contacting Vendors Unite and saying, hey, I have a tournament coming up with 400 teams at this location that starts out in this time and ends at this time, and we want vendors to come. We would charge a very small fee to put all that location, all that information, on our website and allow vendors to choose if that's something that they would love to attend. Contractors. This is another huge thing that Vendors Unite is going to cooperate in our website. You will have the ability, if you are a vendor and you need somebody to work your tents or need somebody to help you out with setup, you'll have the ability to hire contractors on VendorsUnite.com. This does not just go for vendors either. If you need more help at your tournaments, if you're hosting and you need more setup help or even potentially referee help, we can have a hub for contractors, including helpers and referees. And we can make it to where you can hire contractors for one event, multiple events, a couple hours, 1 hour, and it's all just dependent on what you need. Our competitive advantage. Vendors Unite is a unique company that allows vendors to find a place to sell their product without the hassle of doing their own research or dealing with unorganized and unruly hosts. Cheaper costs and more reliable. We make it easy to vend. That's our whole business goal, is to make it easy to vend at these events. Make it easy for you to figure out what events you need to go to. Make it easy for you to find all of these different events and make it easy for you to get all the information. Our competition. See, there is not great competition in the world that we're trying to get into right now. The only competition we have is the tournament websites. So the websites will put a vendor's page on their tournament and you have to sign up from there and then hope you get a response. And it's just not very organized. These are some of the differences between Vendors Unite and the tournament websites. Tournament websites usually don't allow you to hire contractors. Vendors Unite has that. Tournament website sometimes doesn't give you all of the different information for the tournament. Vendors Unite makes sure all of the information is on the page before it's posted. Vendors Unite also shows all potential tournaments in the state. The reason we have a small star by the tournament website is because, maybe that website, maybe that host is hosting more than one tournament. So you might be able to see different ones across the state, but only from that singular company. Allows for vendors to find their perfect events with the right price and details. Tournament websites only allows you to find their events, and sometimes they don't even add the price or the correct details. Business model overview. Find tournaments, connect the vendors and the hosts, help ensure smooth and vending and event operations. We will be there to help you find the tournaments. We will be there to ensure your communication between the tournament hosts and the vendors is smooth and it runs perfectly. And we will help ensure smooth vending and event operations. So we're asking for $20,000 for startup costs. This will cover our new employee payment, our advertising, which is going to be a huge way we gain new customers, website creation, which we're not going to create a hinky-dinky little website on Wix. We're going to create a full-fledged website, considering this is going to be our central host for how we gain new customers and where our customers are going to go to have a great experience with Vendors Unite. And finally, we want to make our headquarters right here in Denver. Not only is it where I currently reside, the person that's going to be running all these operations, it is also in the dead center of the United States, the Centennial State. They call it that for a reason. And that allows us to expand our outreach west, north, east, south. Anywhere we need to go in the United States, we're going to be in a great location to try to make that happen. Thanks so much for hearing my pitch text about Vendors Unite, and we hope you'll vend with us soon.